Guys, I have a problem. I love playing video games. Okay, that's not the problem, but you guys probably already knew that. Problem is, Nintendo released 3 hot games at like the same time, and they're all great, and I can't figure out which one that I need to play in what order. So, not that this video is sponsored by Nintendo in any means, it's not, but I'm going to be talking to you guys about these 3 games and telling you why you should also get these games. Some of them will be able to play together, others are single player, and you just really need to play it because it's still a hot, really good game even though it's single player. So, do you have a minute to talk about what video games I've been playing lately that you should also download? Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is not sponsored by Nintendo in any way, shape, or form. This is just one nerd communicating to you all. So, the first one that was released that we're going to talk about today is Monster Hunter Stories Rise 2 Wings of Ruin. For those of you that don't know, Monster Hunter Stories is a spin-off of the game or series Monster Hunter that was released on the 3DS. Not many people played that one that I know of. In fact, I don't actually know anybody that played that other than me. That pops in my head right now while I'm filming this. But I did, and I loved it. Monster Hunter Stories 2 took everything that I love about Monster Hunter and put it on the Switch, and it's amazing. Everything that I liked about the game is in there but better. Everything I didn't like, well, cool, they fixed it. It's really fun. And what it is it's basically like you still have to learn the ways that the monster is going to attack. And it's kind of a rock, paper, scissors in that, you know, strength beats, or it loses to speed, speed loses to technique, technique loses to strength. So you gotta figure out a monster's patterns, which might change throughout the battle, and you gotta figure out which monster on your team is going to be beneficial for you. So it's kind of a mixture of Pokemon. Elements of it are thrown in there, but I kind of hesitate saying that too because it's kind of not. I really recommend this game. The graphics are amazing. The story is not bad. And the gameplay can get a little bit repetitive, but it's, to me, a fun kind of repetitive. So it's not quite like grinding. So if you appreciate that kind of game, please check it out. The next game is one that deserves so much praise, and that is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Not a lot of people played this when it first came out. At least not a lot of people that I know played it. That being said, I did borrow a friend's copy when I played it for the first time, loved it, and then went out and bought it myself. I think this game is a very underrated Zelda game, and it gets a lot of crap that I think is unnecessary. Like, a lot of people complained about the motion controls, but I really didn't have a problem with them. But now, Skyward Sword has a thing where you can either swing your Wiimote, Joy-Con, whatever the Switch calls it now, or you can press the little button. And whatever direction you go is the direction Link swings his sword. So, no more motion controls if you don't want them. So, now there's really no excuse for people not to play this game. Another reason why is it's the first Zelda game in the Zelda timeline. It explains where the Master Sword came from, Link's uniform, where the goddess is, the origin of the Triforce in a way that Ocarina really didn't. You know, there's just a lot of good things going on in this game. The environments are beautiful, absolutely stunning. And while it kind of feels like a different Zelda game, in terms of they go places that other Zelda games don't really go to, it is a Zelda game, and it does feel like a Zelda game without feeling like one in terms of its environments at the same time. It's a weird combination. It does it well. If you need another incentive to play Skyward Sword, a lot of the mechanics that you found in Breath of the Wild were actually first introduced in Skyward Sword, such as the stamina bar and the sailcloth, and a couple other things thrown in here and there. If you're interested in Breath of the Wild 2, based off the trailer we've seen, there's going to be some things that take place in the sky, which I assume means Skyward Sword is going to be having something to do with that. I'm not sure, this is just speculation at this point, but if you like Breath of the Wild, I strongly recommend Skyward Sword. If you like The Legend of Zelda, I strongly recommend Skyward Sword. I can't recommend this game enough. I literally almost did an entire video about how much I love this game. So, please, go check it out. It's worth your time. The last game on this list combines two things that I never in a million years would have thought would have worked or even would have come together in the first place, but it works and it came together really well, at least in my opinion. And that is Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite is a MOBA, or a multiplayer online battle arena. Kind of like League of Legends. And let me tell you, I was not a big fan of League of Legends when I tried it out. But I honestly did not know that Pokemon Unite was a MOBA until I downloaded it and started playing it. And then I was like, wait a second. Did they just combine a MOBA with Pokemon? Because that's weird. But it's not. It works. And it's fun. And I struggle to put it down, even though sometimes I get utterly destroyed. And then the next round I'm an MVP with the Pokemon that I was like, I didn't think I was that good with this. It's really fun. And it's, you know, I've gotten the chance to play it online with friends a couple of times, and that just makes it even more fun when you're actually able to communicate, like, hey, here's what I'm going to do, here's what my Pokemon's really good at, so that's what I'm going to stick to, here's my routine, how are you guys doing over there, do you need support, do you need this, you know, that's really fun. And I think this game has a lot of potential. I'm hoping I'm not wrong on that, but I'm really excited to see where they take this game. And unlike the other two that I just mentioned, this one is free to play. Yeah, free to play. So download it on your Switch and let's get around going sometime, because I would love to play this with you guys. Come check it out. Right now, I'm really enjoying playing Alolan Ninetales, Talonflame, and Slowbro, but I'm slowly getting a couple more Pokemon here and there, so we'll see if that changes in the weeks to come. And while we're talking about games that you need to play, everyone please go play Fire Emblem Three Houses. Seriously, I don't know like anybody else that plays this game. Please go play this game. It's like 2 years old. You could probably get it on sale somewhere. Please go play this game. Seriously. And then let's talk about it, because it's amazing. But anyway, that's all the time we have for today. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys watch. If you like this, please give it a like. If you end up playing any of these games, let me know which ones and let me know what you think. I would love to hear about it, and maybe I'd even like to play around with you guys if we can, or talk about why Skyward Sword is so awesome for those of you that play single-player games. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It really does help us out, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks.